Need me time, need free time, need a bad chick, I can teach something. Looks good and potential there, I can tell shorty gon' be something. She say the same about me, don't play no games about me. I'm recruiting, girl, get scouted, ain't nothing changed about me. She know it, she know it, she know it, don't doubt it, she know it.
My name is Blaire, I'm from Philly, and right now I am a radio personality. I was going to St. Peter's University in Jersey City, New Jersey. I started out as a biochemistry major because I wanted to go into the medical field and become a doctor, specifically a brain doctor. I know I had big dreams, but that's what I want to do. But then I started to do the work. The workload was fine. I was okay with bio. I always liked science. I was always into it. Then when I really got into the science program, I started to look more into the future, what my career would be as a doctor. And I was talking to a doctor that I used to work with because I used to work at Mercy Suburban Hospital in Norristown. And one day I was in Philly and I ran into one of the doctors that worked there. And we were just talking about my career. He asked me what I was doing, and I told him about what I wanted to do. And then he asked me, would I be in love with being a doctor, or did I just want to do it for the money? And I did like science, but when it comes to being a doctor, I was just doing it for the money because everyone's taught as we're raised, be a doctor or a lawyer, that's where the money comes in at. So that's what I wanted to do for the money. And he told me, unless you love being a doctor, it's not the career for you because the money doesn't come until way later, until I'll be about 40, 50, something like that. And he told me to do something that I love right now instead of just chasing money. So I took his advice. I don't just go with people's advice, but I took what he said and I thought about it. And a lot of people, as I was growing up, they always told me that I was more of an outgoing person, that I should go into my mom's been telling me since I was younger that I should go into journalism and broadcasting. She's been telling me that since I was 6 or 7 because I'm really good at English. I've always been good at English. But I was just chasing the money, like I said before. So I got to college. I did my 2 years in the science field. And then after I was finished doing my 2 years, I'm in my 3rd year right now. I took a broadcasting class. It's a radio station class. I walked into the class, just went in, and the teacher started telling us to write out scripts. And I wrote my script out, and then everyone else went, they presented their project, and I presented mine, and he critiqued everyone down to the T. Like, he critiqued them all the way down to how they spoke. From their script, from the intro, the ending, how they spoke, everything. And when I presented my script, he didn't give me a critique. He just said, okay, next. And I thought that must have meant that I did absolutely horrible. I was like, I was about to drop the class, all that, because he just didn't say anything to me. And then the next time we had it, he told us to do another script. I did my next script. He did the same thing. Critiqued everybody, came back to me, didn't say anything. So I was like, all right, let me just try to get out of this class. So before you drop a class, you need to talk to the teacher. So I went to the teacher and I asked him, like, do you think I should drop the class? And he looked at me like I was crazy, like, absolutely no, the opposite. He's like, I would actually want to talk to you about being on a radio station. Whereas though me from going to think I'm horrible to just going on a station, I didn't really know what to do. So I said no at first. So he kept asking me meeting after meeting after meeting. He's like, you should try it, you should try it, you should try it. I finally go into the first meeting and we're talking about the radio station and things that you have to do. I had to learn how to put music into my show and things like that. And after I did that, I went on air for the first time. And I only told the people close to me, like I told my mom and my brothers and my aunt. But anybody knows my family, once you tell my mom, my aunt, and basically the whole Philadelphia knew by the time I had my first show. So I did the first show, and I was getting text messages, because the radio station goes throughout the entire school, which I didn't know that either, because I wouldn't have did it, but it goes throughout the entire school. There were people walking up to me telling me they didn't even know that it was a school radio. They thought it was just a regular radio station playing. The music that I played was good. Everything I said was good. My family was calling me, telling me how proud they are of me and everything. So then as soon as I got off that show, someone else from my school approached me and they said, yo, we heard your show. We want you to be on our show, and it's a panel of just all boys. So I'm thinking like, what could I bring to, like, what could I possibly bring to the show? So it was a panel of all boys are like, no, we need you on the show. Like, we need you. We're on Wednesdays and Thursdays, like, we need you. I go on, I had the first segment, which I didn't tell anybody about the first segment because I didn't really know what the show was about. And the first thing we talked about was relationships, and the second show we talked about was just being from the hood. So we did the first show and the second show. Literally, as we're doing the show, people are knocking on the window, like, cause you can see it in our student center. You can see when we're on air. So people are knocking on the window, like, yo, talk about this subject or talk about that. They're texting us. They're on Twitter, like, you guys need to make a Twitter. The people that were listening literally made their own hashtag, like it's called The Real Deal. They're like, hashtag The Real Deal. Can you talk about kids growing up in the community? Can you talk about what hood you from? And we're all different personalities. And what makes the show so great about the show The Real Deal is that we're not friends. We're typically people on campus who would never talk to each other. So we're all popular in our own right. There's one kid who's popular with all the sports teams. One kid that's popular because he's the hood boy on campus. There's one girl that's popular because she's very involved. And as me, I'm into more like hair and fashion and makeup, and we all just came together, and the rest of the guys are just regular guys producing and things like that. So we were all just sitting around talking, and it's really, people were listening and like, I can relate to this person, I can relate to that person. Or some people are like, I never thought that I would be able to relate to her, or I never thought that I would be able to relate to him. So that just brought a lot of leeway back to me. Like I said, I have a different show, I have my own personal show. It's called Pop Culture Radio. And that brought a lot of people on campus to listen to my show, whereas I talk about up-and-coming artists, pop music, things that are going on in the entertainment field, and it opened my eyes to realize that this is what I love. I'm passionate about it. When I'm in the studio, like when I'm on radio, when I'm writing scripts, or when I'm doing anything that has to do with communications or journalism, I'm genuinely happy. I don't feel like I'm working. I don't feel like it's work at all. When I'm in my radio station class, when I'm in my public speaking class, when I'm in classes like that, I feel like this is something I would pay to, like, I know everyone pays for college, but this is something I would literally come out of my pocket and do even if I wasn't getting credits for it. Like, I enjoy it. And if I could actually take this and make a genuine just career out of it, that would be I wouldn't even, and this is what the doctor was talking about, back to the doctor, it's not about money. Even if I was just, for the rest of my life, if I just had an apartment or just a house, or just, if I was making money doing something I love, it's way more fulfilling than slaving over a book, over something that I don't truly care about. Like, I'm passionate about it. He also told me, if you're passionate about it, the income will come. Like, if you're good at what you do, you're passionate, you have the right networking, you have your family backing you up, the money will come. And I believe that. And right now I'm just starting, but I'm doing a lot of interning with the Loud Music Tour and Pretty by Principle, which is a fashion line. And it seems as though everyone around me, when they're doing projects, they always hit me up, or they call me, or they're like, do you know this, do you know that? And this is everyone around me. It's not just family. It's anyone that's starting a new program or pushing a new product. I see that a lot of people are hitting me up, which means that maybe I'm doing something right, and I think I am. I'm on WSPR Radio, Pop Culture. It's Pop Culture Radio, and that comes on Fridays at 5 p.m. And I'm also on The Real Deal, which is on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 7:30. If you want to see it, go to Instagram at Pop Culture Radio, and the link is in the bio.